And again, he looked me in the eye again. This is the truth. And he said, Elliot, please trust me, you're going to play. Olly scored from a different postcode, so stole my thunder. Exactly. I think Hilt's even got a hat-trick, and no one talks about Hilt's hat-trick. Just like the environment at Luton, you learn how good it is and how important it is.
Elliot Lee, thanks so much for joining me, mate. You've been on a real journey with Luton, and it all started when John Still brought you to the club. Talk to me about what you remember about your first spell at the club and John Still bringing you in.
Yeah, it all come about pretty quickly, to be fair. I was at West Ham at the time. I think I'd gone on loan to Southend maybe in the October, but I literally did one training session and got injured. It might have been September, actually. I was out for a few months, then it came to January, and I got the call that Luton were interested. And at the time, I think they just got promoted.
Yeah.
Because Pelly was there, so I knew Pelly. And I just jumped at the opportunity, really. I knew, I spoke to my dad and that, and he told me how big a club it is. And yeah, I really, but back then it was such a different club back then. Obviously, it was Stilly in charge, and we used to train at Eli Way, I think it was. Just big porta cabins in a park, and there'd be people walking their dogs over the park while we're training. But no, it was all part of my development and growing up, and from that loan, I still like Simon, the physio, still there. Darren Daz, the kit man, Masseur, he's still there. So it's like I've grown into a man with them two being there. So I do have a special connection with the club, definitely.
You scored on your debut as well, didn't you? When you come on as a sub against Wimbledon.
Yeah, against Shazy on my debut. Yeah. I think it's one of my first touches, Wimbledon away. Yeah,
you got a 3-1-1, I think, didn't you? And you just slotted it in.
Yeah, I went through 1-on-1, slotted it past Shazy. Yeah. I still gave him abuse to this day. But it was a great debut. Couldn't have started any better, really. Couldn't have started any better. We didn't really finish as strong as we'd like, if I remember, from that season. But it was a great group of lads, and a really a loan spell that I really enjoyed and really learned a lot from.
And John Still's the gaffer. Look, he's gone down as a legend with Luton fans, and I'm sure everyone at the club. And you look at him and you just thank him for getting us from that conference to the league. But what was he like as a gaffer, John Still? Because he just always seems like calm and collected, and never seems to have anything faze him.
Yeah, no, he wasn't always calm and collected when we were losing games. But no, still he was a great guy. Obviously, I think a lot of people know what still he's like. He was old school, but he was great for me because like I said, it was one of my first tastes of senior football. I'd been to Colchester, and this was like, I think obviously not including Southend because I got injured straight away, but my second senior loan spell out with real men who won it, and real managers like Stilly. Yeah. He was old school, so it was an eye opener for me as well. But he was great for me. He instilled a lot of confidence in me and let me play and just go and express myself on the pitch. And like I said, it was a loan spell I really enjoyed. And like you said, Stilly will always be a legend at Luton, I think, for what he did. It was just I owe him a thank you because he's the one that first brought me to Luton. Yeah. And
you had a few spells on loan at clubs, and then Barnsley kind of bought you from West Ham. Did you think at this stage it was maybe a time to go and settle in at a club and maybe, knuckle down and go, right, now my future's sorted, I'm going to smash this? But it just didn't really work out, did it? Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I left West Ham. I had a few chats with Slaven Bilic before I left, and sort of agreed that it's time for me to go. And I had Barnsley lined up, so it was time for me to go and find another home. I'd been at West Ham since I was 7 or 8 years old. Loved my time there, but never really got the breakthrough that I wanted. So when Barnsley came calling in the Championship, it was something I really wanted to explore. And like you say, that's football. It didn't really go the way I wanted. I spoke to the manager. We had some good chats in the off season before I signed, and it just didn't really go the way I wanted. I didn't really get given a chance. I didn't even start a league game. I don't think I started a cup game. So that's football. You have to be thick-skinned, and sometimes moves aren't going to go your way. Yeah. And like you said, luckily for me, there was a chance to join Luton at the end of that season. So yeah, I was going to say, mentally for you, that must have been quite tough though, because maybe in your head you thought at the start when you joined it was going to go differently, but for you to have that mental strength, was it difficult for you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I must have been 21, 22. Been at West Ham my whole career. Obviously a few loan spells, but you always know you're going back to West Ham. I never moved away from home, so this is my first time moving away from home, moving away from my family, living by myself in Sheffield, and all that would have been all right if I was training and playing at the weekend and having that stimulus. But it's hard. You train every day, and there's nothing at the end of it, and you're not even going home to your family. You're going home to an empty apartment with just you in it. So it's sort of the life outside of football that people don't see. People think that football is such a glamorous lifestyle and you get paid loads of money and everything's great. Well, it's not always that way. There is some really dark times in football, and it's certainly that experience certainly molded me. And it was something like, I think in life you just have to learn from these bad experiences. Sometimes life's going to go your way, sometimes it isn't. And that was one of the instances where it really didn't go my way, and I had to learn from it. I had to have thick skin and just to keep training, keep going, and try and keep a smile on your face.
Well, it's like everyone says, like everything happens for a reason, and I guess you could look at that and go, that's made you the player that Nathan Jones wanted to sign then at the end of that season, and he did bring you to the club. I guess when you heard Luton were interested then, and you weren't getting much game time at Barnsley, that you were probably like, yeah, this is another opportunity to go and make myself a settled club and start knuckling down again.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I think the season before that, they just fell short in the playoffs, Luton, because I remember I was watching my brother in it. And then I was on holiday with my family and we got a call saying that Luton were interested. And obviously I was with my brother as well. And we was both like sort of buzzing for it. And at the time, Luton were bringing in some really good players, the likes of James Collins and that. So you could see that Luton were going to have a go this season. There was a project there. There was a very good manager in charge. There's obviously the Gary Sweet and the chairman. They're very good people. They know what they're doing. And they had the new training ground was there, so everything was like really good. I was able to move home around my family, so I was back in Essex. And obviously I knew Potsy was there, Pelly was there. There was a few lads already there, so all of it was really good, to be fair. And it was a move that I definitely wanted, and a move that turned out really good. And I'm really happy that it did happen.
Well, it's like you said at the start, like you were at Luton when John Steele was there and at the old training ground, and I'd been to the old training ground, and like you said, there's just dogs walking past, and it's not as good as the new one, but it's almost like you've been there and you've seen the club evolve. So if you'd have come back and play another part in the journey, that's pretty special for a player to come back and do that.
No, 100%. I think there must have been only there was only a few of us that had probably been at Elo Way. Maybe there was more than you think, but like obviously like Pelly, Potsy, Olly and that, Olly, my brother, and they'd all been at Elo Way. But then from me being there from when I was 18, 19 and seeing how it was when it was literally just like 2 porter cabins and there was nothing going on. There was no canteen really. There was, like you said, dogs walking through the park. And then to come back and see it a few years later where we're at this new training grounds, very modern. I remember Gary Sweet walking me through it the day I signed. It was a bit of an eye opener for me. Like, wow, like Luton really it's really a club that's growing and it's going in the right direction. And especially after speaking to the manager before I signed, you could say that there was a clear pathway for what they want to do, and the success they've had is no surprise. You
definitely played your part in that, and let's talk about the winning promotions in League 2 and League 1, because that League 2 year just seemed we were unstoppable in it. We were scoring 5 and 7 and 8, and it was kind of, as a fan, we were turning up going, I don't know how many we were going to score today. Yeah. As a forward though, did you feel like maybe going into every game that we had an opportunity to score loads?
Yeah, I think we all knew, without being arrogant or anything in the dressing room, that we were a level above League 2. We looked around the changing room and you saw the talent of the players every day in training, and we sort of all knew. But it's not an easy league. Sometimes you get dragged into that long ball, and there's not much football played, and without being disrespectful, you get dragged down to the standard of some of the players, the teams that you're playing against, who were, without being arrogant, they weren't on our level, but we just had to get out the league. And sometimes we did do it the dirty way, but that's what you have to do in football. You have to grind our results, and then it was a fantastic changing room in the League 2. Everyone was it was literally like a band of brothers. Like, everyone got on. We had a laugh every day. We worked hard, and you could see that within ourselves, how we played with each other, and it was a close knit bunch. And unfortunately, we didn't win the title because of Accrington, but. No, it really was a great season, and like you said, it was going into every game thinking, how many can we score today?
We spoke to Alan Sheehan on the podcast before he joined back up with Luton, and he spoke about this season. He kind of said, despite Accrington beating us to the title, he felt like we were the best team in the league that year. And I think football-wise, some of the stuff we were playing was unreal. That ultimately, points get you the title. But is it harsh to say I think we were the best team in the league that year?
Oh no, definitely not. No, we were the best team that year. I think people from Accrington will probably laugh at that, but they'll know themselves we were the best team that year. And like I said, that's probably what in League Two. Sometimes I think the best team doesn't win the league, but as long as you get out of the league, because some of the teams that play other styles of football, then it can be successful in League Two because of the type of league it is. But the football we were playing sometimes doesn't get you the trophy at the end of the season, but it did. We all would have taken promotion at the beginning of the season.
100%.
So, yeah, and I think going forward into League One, it showed how good a team we were. And in League One, the standards a bit higher, and the more football you play does get you results, and I think that showed.
Before we get into the League One thing, there was a game I wanted to touch on, the 7-0 Cambridge game. And the only reason I wanted to touch on this is because I feel you've scored a worldie this game, and it just always gets overlooked, mainly because of your brother. But
yeah,
this goal you've scored, I even watched it back before doing this, and I was like, the technique, that's something like if Rooney or Van Persie scores that in the Prem, it's like every single replay is shown everywhere. But mate, you haven't got any love for that goal.
Under that game, Ollie scored from a different postcode, so stole my thunder. Exactly. I think Hiltz even got a hat trick, and no one talks about Hiltz's hat trick. Hiltz was fuming after the game because no one spoke about his hat trick.
And even to this day, it's still every year. It's on this day. Olly Lee scores from a different postcode. But mate, your goal that day was unreal on the volley, left foot over the keeper into the corner.
Yeah, the left foot volley, and then I hit another one in the top corner as well. No one talks about that either. I suppose you can't when Ollie scores from a different postcode. But,
do you guys chat about that a lot?
Was a very good day. Yeah, it was a really good day, that one.
Oh, amazing. What does he say about that goal now? I take it he still every year looks back at it. Oh yeah,
he still goes on about it. Yeah, still goes on about it. I think that's one that's gonna go with him to the grave because it was unbelievable. And I'm just to even try it is ridiculous. I think there's a picture of me, and you see I'm like covered my mouth, like, oh my god, what has he just done? But no, it was a great. He's got that in him all day. Everyone knows the technique that Ollie has. But to even try it is just outrageous, and the fact that he went in was unbelievable.
And then Hilton does the little knee slide in front of the
then Hilton knee slides in front of the keeper, and then he gets himself beaten up. But no, it was a good day all around.
Do you have an all-time favourite Luton goal you look back on? Because that one obviously was unreal, but is there one in your head that it sticks out for you?
Yeah, I've never really thought about it, actually. I reckon that one's up there. Just for sentimental value, I'd say the one when I was on loan, I scored against Wickham on TV, and I dedicated to my friend Dylan. That would be up there for just the sentimental value. Mm-hmm. Trying to think what other ones. There's one against Crewe, I think, in League Two. I cut in on and put it in the top corner. That was a good one. But yeah, I've never really thought about what's my favourite goal, to be fair. No.
Yeah. Well, you scored more in League One the following year, and we go into this season. I guess as fans, we were just happy to be in League One, and no one ever thought they would win the title. But for you guys, was that different? Did you have expectations going into League One? Yeah,
I think we set out our targets before, and we knew how good we were. And all credit to the gaffer and Mick, and the recruitment at Luton is always phenomenal. They know the players, they know the characters, and we brought in more good players that season. And I think we lost the first game of the season. Was it
Portsmouth?
Portsmouth, yeah. But
and
I remember that day actually because we battered Portsmouth at Fratton Park, and we all come off disappointed. And the gaffer, Jared, the sports science, all came off, and they were just clapping us in the changing room. We were like, "What's going on here?" They were like, "If you play like that, we are going to smash this league." And then I think we went and drew to Sunderland, lost to Peterborough, and people are we good enough? And then from then on, we just went skyrocketed, and we always had that belief in ourselves. We knew we were so close to being so good, but we had a few dodgy results to start the season, and it wasn't looking great for us. But within the changing room, everyone was like, "No, we're gonna crack on in here, and we're gonna get better and better." And I think everyone knew that. And the results started to prove that, really.
So like you said as well, though, you got up to League One and you're playing Sunderland and Portsmouth and Peterborough, and I think Peterborough had just come down. I don't know if Sunderland were just come down as well, but either way, 3 clubs that in League One are huge and normally very good. It was probably the toughest start we could have had. And like you said, we battered Portsmouth, got a good point against Sunderland, and I think Peterborough, apart from that first 20 minutes of that first half, we were not bad.
We played well against them as well.
Yeah.
So, like I said, after that Portsmouth game, the manager and all the staff were like, if you play like that again, then he said they're going to be right up there, Portsmouth, and we've just absolutely passed them off the pitch at their own place, and they know they've got lucky coming out of there. So it sort of gave us a bit of confidence after that team talk, and then, like you say, the draw and then the defeat to Peterborough, where which wasn't good, and then but when we started to get a few more points on the board, we got a bit of momentum, and momentum in football is just vital. And to be fair, when we got our momentum, we didn't really stop that season. Every game was just like, we're going to win, we're going to win. The training was great. And again, the group of lads was just the dressing room was the best I've ever been part of, and that League Two and League One season, best dressing room I've ever been part of. And it's no surprise why we got success, because when you get good people and who want to work hard for each other and play for each other and do the work every day, then you're gonna get success. And that is, I think, Luton gets spot on every time.
I was going to ask, what kind of atmosphere does there need to be around the place, to succeed the way we did? Because it's quite rare you see clubs, just have that forward trajectory we've had in the last 5, 6, 7 years. And obviously, even Nathan Jones leaves and Mick takes charge, and nothing changed. It's almost as if like everyone's still together, and it pushes us over the line. Like, what atmosphere does there need to be to succeed like that?
Yeah, well, I think when I first signed there, the gaff was massive on it. He's all about his environment, and as I've grown older, I've realised how important the environment is. I've been at a few different clubs since I've been at Luton. Obviously, I've had a couple of loan spells away, and just like the environment at Luton, you learn how good it is and how important it is. And the type of people the gaffer brings in, it's not just good footballers, they're also good people. Like I said, when all his staff are good people, and when you have good people working together and all on the same page, all on the same with the fans as well, it's just you're gonna get success. I don't think it shouldn't be a secret in football. Some clubs are so poorly run, but it shouldn't be a secret in football where you get good people who want to work together and you're all on the same wavelength. And it's just, they just have the right mix there at Luton. And there's no, like I said, anyone who asked me like in the last year or the last 18 months, well, how have they been so successful? I'll say it's because of that. It's because they have good people who want to work for each other every day and they want to get better. And they don't carry anyone. There's no bad personalities, no bad characters, from the board down to the fans. Everyone's on the same wavelength. And I've been at clubs since that's not the case, and it doesn't. That is the reason why Luton have such good success. Yeah. It really is.
And I guess as us as fans, we don't kind of maybe realise how lucky we are just to have that at the club, because effectively it's out of our control what goes on in the dressing room, but obviously we can help on match days and stuff. But like, yeah, we're clearly quite a lucky fan base just to have that. And I'm sure now, even the squad now is probably similar and the same in that togetherness which got us to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, 100%. Even when I left in just as the season started last season, that championship squad, it was a great squad as well, full of great characters. It's fun. Like, everyone goes in every day and it's fun. You smile. You want to go into work and you want to smile. Mm-hmm. And that's the sort of environment the gaffer makes it. It's serious. You have to work hard, but you enjoy doing the hard work. And like I said, the success for me is no secret. That is why, from my experience of being at other clubs, that is why they've been so successful, because they have fans, the board, the manager, the staff, the team, lads, everyone on the same page, working towards the same goal and enjoying it while they do it.
And that first season back in the Championship, then I feel it might have been a tough one for you, because you played a bit in that first Middlesbrough game and then really didn't play much under Graeme Jones, did you? Talk me through the feelings that, honestly, COVID happened as well, so that was a bit of a... Yeah. But that year must have been a tough one for you. Yeah,
definitely. Obviously, with the gaffer leaving in January, I think just before the gaffer left for Stoke, he pulled a few of us in. I think it was me, Pelly, Jack Stacey, and there was new contracts being offered. And then obviously he left. As I said, everything gets put on the back burner. Mick came in. Mick was fantastic with the lads. Can't speak highly enough of Mick. Kept everything the same. Got promotion. Won the league. It was great. And then obviously new manager comes in. And yeah, like I started the first game, and then I got a bit of stick for how, I don't know, everyone, I don't know if people, the fans, and from being left out, I got a bit of stick. I don't know whether it's because what I put on social media when the manager eventually did get sacked. But I've never said my part in it. I just go in. But after the Middlesbrough game, there was a few training sessions and that, and I could just tell that I wasn't in the new manager's plans. As a football player, you're there every day. you see things, you get wind of things. I knew I wasn't going to be in his plans. So I went and see him before the transfer window shut. And I said, listen, if I'm an honest person, like I don't want to be around here getting in people's way. If I'm not part of your plans, let me know. Like I had clubs lined up for a loan move. So I said, I'll go on loan. Like I'll get out of everyone's way. I just want to play football. Like that's all I want to do. And he sat me in his office and he said, Elliot, trust me, you're going to play under me. You're going to play a lot of games. And I said, that's fair enough. Like I'll stay around. I'll work hard. If you're telling me that to my face, when trust me, you're going to play. I was like, okay, that's fine. Obviously, it gets a couple weeks later. I think I'm getting left out of squads, not even in the 18. Carries on, still not in the 18. So I went to see him again, probably October time, November, and I was like, listen, what's going on? Because you said that me to trust you. I could have gone out on loan. I didn't stay here to be left out of squads completely and running by myself on a Saturday morning while all the lads are getting prepared for a game. That's not why I stayed here. And again, he looked me in the eye again. This is the truth. And he said, Elliot, please trust me. You're going to play. You're going to play. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I'll trust you. Anyway, carried on, keep getting left out of squads. So what am I meant to do? Like, I've told the man that I would have gone out on loan. Yeah. So before I think got to about December, and I pulled him up on it, and I said, "Listen, you've lied to me here." And obviously he's gone off, and he said, "I'm not." He said, "Am I calling him a liar? You're calling me a liar. Don't call me a liar." And I said, "Listen, you've lied to me because you've said for me to trust you. Like I haven't made that up. You've looked me in the eye. You said to me to trust you. I trusted you, and now I've lost 6 months of my career because I'm doing nothing apart from coming in every Saturday and running by myself, coming in every day, training, and just not getting anything at the end of it. It could have all been avoided because I went to see him and said, I'll go on loan, like, it's fine. But anyway, that was our last sort of conversation, really, when I called him out for his lying to me. And there was no way back, really, for me then. It came to January. There was a few other clubs loaned out coming up to me, and that's the only time he'd speak to me after that was if I was going out on loan.
Well, after the COVID project restart happened, Nathan Jones back in charge, and you're back in the team, and I think you're in the squad every single game, and you played the last 6 in a row. And I remember seeing you play. Was it? I can't remember if it was Swansea or something, but it felt like
it was my first game back. Yeah,
it felt like we had a new signing on the pitch when you played that day, and we're kind of like, this is what we've needed all season.
Yeah, no, that's why I just really wanted to make a point. I mean, I wanted to show that I think I saw stuff on Twitter, people saying that I've been a bad egg and that's why I've been left out. And I was like, anyone in Luton's team knows that I'm not like that. Like, I wouldn't do that. So I just wanted to go out there and prove a point. Like, all I want to do is play football. All I want to do is play football. I wanted to play for Luton. I wanted to give my all for Luton. And that when Nathan came back and gave me the chance straight away, he called me and said, "You're back in, don't worry." And it was just an unbelievable feeling. And then when he started me against Swansea, I just wanted to give everything and show that honestly, I've never been so determined to to achieve something in my life and keep Luton up that season. I'm not saying I did it single-handedly. I'm saying that I wanted to have a part in it and I wanted to achieve something with this team. Just because the way the season had gone, I really wanted to. If I can just be a part of this team, the Great Escape, it would be just another unbelievable achievement at Luton. And just that Swansea game sort of was really the start of it. That start of that run, and it was a great feeling coming off that pitch 1-0. And the start of the Great Escape, really. Yeah.
What did Nathan change when coming back in though? Because it did seem like it was almost like the break helped, and then we had like a little mini season where we lost 5-0 to Reading, but then that was the only defeat in them games. What changed when Nathan come back?
What changed? I think he gave us a bit more belief. Definitely gave us a bit more belief, and I think it was more just like his presence, like knowing the lads all knew what he's about. We all know what he's about. We all loved him as a manager before. So just him coming back, the lads who were there previously, just like, right, come on, we can do this. Like, we've got the gaffer back, and if we stay up, like, we know we're going to stay up again next season because we'll be organised. We're all on the same page. Everyone knows what the gaffer wants. So I can't say that he changed too much tactically or anything. Like, I think he probably knew the players better. He probably went to some, like, the players that he knows, yeah, just belief, like we can do this. We are a good team. We do belong in the Championship, and we do belong to stay in the Championship.
And you scored away at Huddersfield, and then we had them big last 2 games, Hull and Blackburn. And I just want to know, because obviously us as fans, we all sat and watched it on the computer because there was no fans in stadiums. But for you guys, like that whole game, when Lualawa scores that goal, and it was such a massive game, that must have been unreal, that feeling when you see that game.
It was incredible. I think everyone knew that whoever won that game, I think, was basically going to stay up. They had the better chance of staying up. And when Kaz put that goal in, I don't think anyone celebrated so much as us. I think I'd just come off. I was sitting on the bench with a few lads who just come off, and we just went mad. It was late on. I can't remember how late it was, but to see that go in was an incredible feeling. And then the changing room afterwards, like we really believed, like one game to go. Like, come on. Just an incredible feeling, and what you play football for, really. Those moments there when Kaz puts it in, and Kaz was great. Kaz was great character around the change room. Just so to see him put it in was even better. And it's just like the feeling of hard work actually paying off, and believing in ourselves was amazing.
And in that Blackburn game, just to seal the status in the Championship again, if it was packed out stadium that day, it would have been unreal to have been there. Yeah,
that was the only thing missing really that day. It was actually quite a strange game because my best friend Adam Armstrong played for Blackburn, scored straight away. So I was saying to him, "What are you doing? Like, you're going to send it down here?"
Didn't they score 2 own goals that day as well?
Yeah, they scored 2 own goals. I think at Colo Pen.
Yeah.
So it all ended well. We had a laugh after the game, but no, another amazing feeling playing for Luton. Like I said, the only thing missing was the fans being there, but we still had we had a great night afterwards, and then the celebrations after the game, straight after, everyone with each other, and just celebrating, like I said, like hard work paying off, and actually believing in ourselves and achieving the great escape, which no one thought was possible.
Yeah. And then since then, you've obviously had a loan at Charlton, and your time at the club has come to an end. But you've been on this journey, like you've said. How do you look back at your time at Luton?
Oh, I've got great memories of Luton. One of the best decisions I made was dropping down from Barnsley and going to Luton. Obviously, I've left now is sort of even when I was coming back in the team, I was mainly playing off the left, and I think the fans know, I know that's not really my position. But I would do a job anywhere on the pitch for anyone. But like we sort of like just basically agreed, like there wasn't really a position for me, and I think the gaffer said in a few of his interviews, like I don't like not playing, and I want to be part of something. I felt like my time at Luton was coming to an end. I felt there wasn't really a position for me anymore, and if I'm not contributing, I'd rather go to a club where I am contributing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just want to be a bit part of something coming on here and there, and that's not really the type of player I am. I love playing football. I love the feeling of on a Saturday night when you've run your balls off and you got 3 points. There's no better feeling for me. So that's the sort of I wanted that feeling back, and I felt at Luton I wasn't going to get that. But no, unbelievable memories at Luton. 5 great years, and something I will take with me towards the end of my career and look back, and I'm very proud to be a part of that team, and like privileged to be a part of the team and the staff. And I think I said it like in my my post I put up when I left, like just like an unbelievable group of players and staff. And yeah, like I said, I'm really happy about to be a part of that.
And what's next for you? You've been having a little holiday break, or you've been searching for a new club?
Yeah, obviously I'm a free agent now, so I had the loan at Oxford and then Charlton last season, so out of contract obviously at Luton now. So just sitting down with my agent, sitting down with my dad, and just like in all honesty, looking for a project like Luton, like I had at Luton with promotions, and where there's real ambition at a club and ambition at a club to go forward and grow just like Luton did. So yeah, just sitting down with them now and looking for that right project. So hopefully something will be coming soon, and something I look forward to. Yeah.
Oh mate, well best of luck. I hope we see you announcing somewhere on your Instagram or Twitter very soon of a club you're ending up at. But no mate, best of luck. And I think every Luton fan would say your contribution for 5.5 years, you said, since you've been here, has been unreal. And
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
It's brilliant to hear the honesty as well. So yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Appreciate it.